Welcome to Amateur Baseball Today, a comprehensive recap of the state amateur tournament. Today's show is presented by the Minnesota Baseball Association and its partners. Reinders, Turf and Landscaping Solutions and Supplies. Max Bats, the official wood bat of the NBA. And Amy Electronics, scoreboards and digital displays.
Hello everyone and welcome to Amateur Baseball Today, presented by the NBA. I'm Ryan Phelps. We're coming to you this week from Tiger Park in Belle Plaine, built in 1885, making it one of the oldest ballparks in the state. It also used to be the high school football field, making it one of the most unique designs in the state. The town ball team won a state championship here back in 1994, led by one of the greatest athletes ever produced in Minnesota, Barry Wohler. Kimball with the first threat against Bird Island. Bases loaded in the third. They stay loaded as Jordan Sagadol ends the inning with the strikeout on the high cheese. Still scoreless in the fifth. Bullfrogs on every bag. Trent Athman at the plate. He gets it past the third baseman. One run scores, but Bird Island would get two in the inning. Sagadol not only pitched, but he hit, and he crushes an offering to the ivy in left field. Two more Bulldogs make their way home to pad the lead to 7-0. Bird Island made it to the finals a year ago. They are again in the quarters with the 7-1 win over the Express.
With the pitching staff that we have, if you can push it, put a couple of runs across, I like our chances to win.
Let's check in on the Lakers of Waconia and Bemidji Blue Ox. Lakers score in the first on Ada draftee Ethan Opstall, and the run comes on an error. The throw from short allows Max Kallenberg to reach and Justin Schultz to score for Waconia. Opstall pitched a shutout for Bemidji last week. The Blue Ox would knot things up at 1 in the second. Waconia loosens the knot in the fourth. 2 on as Sam Schiffman grounds towards first. It isn't fielded cleanly. Schiffman is safe. Robbie Smith scores the go-ahead run. The inning continues, and Tanner Adam rifles the Opstall pitch over the shortstop's head. Kallenberg rounds and scores. Waconia adds another, and they are playing in the quarters with a 4-1 win over Bemidji. Cortland, Minnesota is in the heart of a rich baseball beltway. Located just outside of New Ulm, the Cubs have had success, but not at state. Prior to this season, they hadn't won a game here in the tourney since the 40s. In fact, you could go back so far since Cortland won a tournament game. Harry Truman was in office, now on the verge of playing in the final 8. Cub Teddy Kiefer got after it right from the get-go. His 2-run rocket to right set the Cubs in motion, and they were up to the task. Huge play in the Red Wing third. 2 on, nobody out. Adam Tegeson looks to bunt. The Cubs catcher Kate Busher bounces out quickly, fires to get the runner at third. Then they go across to first to get the double play, and no damage was done to Cortland. It stayed 2-0 till the 8th. Jaden Drill up with 2 on. His single right up the middle scores 1 run, and the runner heading to third is also safe. They added another run and led 4-0. They complete the shutout, and it was a complete game shutout for Jackson Bodie. The Cubs are the Cinderella team in the final 8, 4-0 over Red Wing.
And then he missed with the breaking ball, so I was sitting dead red fastball and got a hold of one. You know it's good when you don't feel anything. Yeah, it was a good swing.
Buffalo and Watkins in the last C game at Belle Plaine, and the duo of Vega and Otto were golden for the Bulldogs. Buffalo on the board first with the Noah Christensen RBI knock to right, past the diving fielder. Ramon Vega Jr. steps on the plate for the first run. The Watkins Clippers always seem to be in the mix in the final weekend. They even it up with the bloop single just past the reach of the shortstop. Not many balls hit hard on pitcher Max Otto. This one scored a run. Watkins has a great chance. 2 on, but Otto, the ace of Delano, drafted by Buffalo, gets out of the jam with his 12th strikeout. 1-1 in the 8th. Vega Jr. at the plate, and he gets all of this fastball from Matt Geislinger. The ball caroms off the scoreboard, a 2-run homer for Ramon. Buffalo with the big blast. Otto closed the game out with strikeout 17. He had 21 last week. Buffalo is in the quarters for the first time since 2020. We're just getting started here on Amateur Baseball Today. When we return, we'll serve up some Class B quarterfinal highlights, plus learn about a family affair in Kimball.
Are you looking for a cost-effective way to improve your infield playing surface? Meet FieldSaver. Our FieldSaver process is a cost-effective alternative to remove and replace. We'll test your current ag lime infield, identify the right FieldSaver custom amendment, and blend the material into your existing infield. FieldSaver is trusted by the St. Paul Saints. Visit DuraEdge online to learn more about the FieldSaver process and get in touch with a field expert in your area.
Hold it down in the Bronx.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Check this.
Baby, I'm trying to win, so every day I go win, baby, yeah.
Roll that back.
If you wanna know, yeah, when I stop, I'ma go, yeah,
Welcome back to Amateur Baseball Today, presented by the NBA. I'm Ryan Phelps, coming to you this week from Tiger Park in Belle Plaine. And joining us now, manager of the Kimball Express, Tom Marquardt. Tom, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Very common name, the Marquardts and Kimball Baseball. There's 6 of you on the team. So you've got a couple of sons and grandsons. Tell us a little bit of what the dugout dynamic is like with all you Marquardts in there.
Oh, it goes way back. When I first started managing, in the early 90s, teams were pretty bleak. I think we went 3 years, never won a league game in the early 90s, and even in fact we were playing a exhibition game in Kimball, and we were short a guy at that point, and Scott was 12 years old at the time, and hey, Scott, you want to play right field? And he said, sure, I'm all in on that. And ever since then, so he's 46 now, so he's been at it a long time.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys have found the fountain of youth in Kimball. Your sons are no spring chickens.
No, they're not. No, Scott's 46, Brooks 43, and Brian's 40. Cade's 22. He's a redshirt junior in Briarcliff University in Sioux City, Iowa, and Jackson just left for the military, and he's just graduated from Litchfield.
Marquardt's not the only name in Kimball. You've got some Dingmans, some Friesens as well. So you've got, 11 guys represented by 3 families.
It's, I guess I always looked at it, that's what town ball's supposed to be, just get the family interested in it, and, it's whether we're working on the field or having a few refreshments after the game. It's always it's good camaraderie.
Yeah, and the way you made it through as well. You graduated in high school in '76 from Kimball. Started playing though in '75, like we hear a lot of guys, and you just have been. You never got away.
Never got away from it. My wife, she's from Kimball, and so it's. I give a lot of credit to her too for sticking with it all these years. So it's been quite a ride,
Tom Marquardt from the Kimball Express. He's the manager. Thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
All right, thanks much. Thanks for having me.
To the mini-met in the Class B quarters and a home run derby for Champlin Park against St. Louis Park. Tyler Reichenborn gets the scoring started with a blast in the 3rd inning. Now 3-2 in the 4th. Sam Riola leads off the inning with a big swing. He clears the fence and left, 4-2. Next inning, it is Low-Gator Ethan Mackey saying see you later to Chris Odegaard's offering 3-run homer to make it 8-2 Champlin Park. Low-Gators can sense a big quarterfinal win. Not so fast, says Oriole slugger Adam Seaman. He makes it a 1-run game with a towering blast over the scoreboard in right center. The 2022 Class A champs fighting for their lives. But that was the closest they would get. The pop out to Luke Ryerson in foul territory ends the game and sends the Low-Gators into the Final Four of Class B, 9-7 the score.
Just hitting in the 1 hole, I just like to be aggressive, and they're throwing a lot of strikes early, so I was just looking for a pitch to hit, hunting over the middle, and he hung me a couple breaking balls early in my first 2 ABs, so I knew in the back of my head, if he leaves another one, I'm going to take advantage of that, and that's what he did.
The Hopkins Berries have been dominant in 2 wins, outscoring their opponents 14-1. The Berries were looking to squeeze Meadville at the mini-met, but the opposite happened. The Mudhens had 2 big innings, including the first. Ronnie Sweeney knocks in a pair of runs with his successful first at-bat. Meadville plated 3 in the inning. Same score in the 5th, 2 on for Joey Werner. He's a lefty, and he got one up in the jet stream. You see the bat flipping and the flags blowing to right. No chance the mini-met will hold that shot. Meadville is one of the traditional teams in town ball, and they are back in the semis. 10-4 over the Berries.
Yeah, it felt good to hit that one all over. Team effort there, though, across the board. A lot of hits from everybody there, and felt good to get that one up in there and let it go.
Great pitching duel between Minnetonka and Air Freight. Monarch Jake Marsh with a beauty breaking pitch to freeze Daniel Dahl, scoreless through 5. In the 6th, Air Freight delivers. How about Matthew Enck? We've called his name a few times in August. This is a bomb to right field, a solo homer to break the ice, and Enck wasn't finished. Enck up again in the 8th. He flips it to left field. It will chase home another run. Air Freight goes to the 9th, leading 2-rip. Duke Coburn was the star pitcher for Air Freight at the quarters, not Graham Lobsher. Duke gets it done as Tonka loaded the bases in the 9th. The strikeout of Joe Schallenberger to close the door. Air Freight is back in the Final 4 and chasing another championship.
I took half a step back from the plate and saw a fastball. Lucky enough to hit it, and yeah, it found its way out.
Lions Pub and Burnsville vying for a semifinal spot. Burnsville's Aaron Pfaff thinks he has a run-scoring single, but Warrior shortstop Ben Palmer dives in the hole and makes the play at first. It saves a run. Game was scoreless into the 5th. 1st and 3rd for Lions Pub's Chad Musser. A bullet to right off the bat of Musser. Brennan Swan trots home. A big 2-out base hit. Burnsville and the Baby Blues finally got through in the 7th. Joe Robinson delivers the grounder up the middle. This one gets through. Pfaff rounds and heads home. The play is close, but Pfaff slides in with the tying run. Lions Pub scored on a pass ball in the 8th. They still had 2 on when Ike Mazenga sends one that finds the gap. Both runs score. Mazenga in at 2nd. That swing helps send the Warriors into the Final 4 and a matchup with Air Freight.
Some guys made some good pitches on Burnsville and try to battle and just find a way to put the ball in play. So glad we could get it done.
We're about halfway home on this edition of Amateur Baseball Today. After the break, we'll hit the books and learn some Belle Plaine baseball history.
MaxBat is proud to support the Minnesota Baseball Association as we are the official wood bat. We take great pride in producing high-quality wood bats for professional, amateur, and youth baseball players worldwide. At MaxBat, our main focus is quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time. All MaxBats are created using meticulous hand craftsmanship and engineering in our state-of-the-art facility in the heart of Town Ball Country, Brewton, Minnesota. We want to thank you for your continued support and for making us the leading wood bat brand in Minnesota.
Goosebumps. You remember the ones you got the first time your kid stepped up to the plate? There's nothing like the thrill of youth sports or school sports, especially when you're playing on a beautiful field that makes you feel like a real pro. Kids and grown-ups alike make memories and learn lessons that will last a lifetime when they're playing on the sporting spaces we create. Beacon Athletics is making a difference by creating the best and safest playing fields possible.
Amateur Baseball Today is brought to you by the Minnesota Baseball Association and its partners. Beacon Athletics, the ultimate ball field resource. Rawlings, the official ball of the state tournament. Endura Edge, engineered soils. The difference is in the dirt.
Back here in Belle Plaine, I'm Ryan Phelps. We're getting ready to start another school year. In fact, at Belle Plaine High School, located right here behind me, they start up on Tuesday. So with that in mind, here's today's history lesson with Professor Justin Barrientos.
Last season, they played the 100th Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, but I'm standing in a place that has even more baseball history than that. This is Union Square here in Belle Plaine, and right over my other shoulder is Tiger Park. Baseball came to Belle Plaine in the 1860s, but they've been playing organized baseball at Tiger Park since at least 1885.
Basically, that Union Park was sitting out there, and it was an opportune place to play baseball. And so they laid out a field there, and so they built a new grandstand, which is kind of a V similar to what we have there now. But right field line became something you could not change because you had roads on both sides.
Baseball had its start in Belle Plaine, but 70 years in, it might have gone away.
1961, 62, when people trying to keep the game alive were having trouble and are going to stop playing baseball here. So myself and two other guys decided that we'd take it on ourselves, try to perpetuate the game. Recruited players, most younger players, and we did all right.
Baseball was safe, but the park needed upkeep. In the late 1980s, as part of Celebrate Minnesota, the state stepped in.
You could apply for some dollars, and which we did, and we got some money from state. Not a lot to cover the whole project, but it was the start of it, and we amassed a couple $100,000 and built that stadium that's sitting there.
Now to spruce up the park, an idea from a Chicago park was used.
The ivy, for example, on the outfield, that was another thing we decided might be a nice thing to do, but put all that, just the outfield in. And so since 2004, that's, came that many years to get to where it is today.
Center field at Tiger Park is 435 feet. Only 3 people have hit a home run that far.
A-ball days, guys, a guy named Bob O'Brien, a good friend of mine, by the name of Marv Hartman, hit one over there. A fellow that's on the state board right now, big left-hand hitter from Shakopee, Gary Schlepper.
I remember facing, I don't want to say his name, but I do because I like Jay Soul. Jay was the pitcher, and I know he threw me a curveball, and I hit it to center field, and all I'm thinking is, hey, I got a chance at a stand-up double if it gets over his head because it's 435 feet, and maybe I'll even get a triple. And then I was rounding first base, and I kind of looked out, and all of a sudden I saw it bouncing on the street. I was like, how did it get out there? I couldn't believe it. And it was a home run, and I said, I never thought I'd ever see anybody hit one out there, and much less myself.
For Amateur Baseball Today, I'm Justin Barrientos, NSPN.TV.
Over in Jordan, the hometown Brewers in front of a big Friday home crowd, but behind in the early going against Sox Center. Andrew Rustlang delivers an RBI base hit, scoring Eli Fletcher. However, the Titans' lead was short-lived. Bottom of the first, Joe Lucas belts it to straightaway center. It gets out of the mini-met, 2-1 Brewers. Jordan erupted in the third. Bases loaded for Alex Beckman, and he drives in a pair with the base hit. Next up, Brandon Arnold, and his swing produces a no-doubter. 3-run shot to left. Arnold was a big part of the Chanhassen Class B dynasty recently. Now he is hoping for another title with Jordan. 9-2, Brewers advance on. Billy Goats and Brewers battle in Belle Plaine. Buckman scores the first 2 against New Ulm. Lane Gertz had a big game. His first swing is an RBI single, scoring the pitcher Matt Tauchis. New Ulm finally scored against Tauchis in the fourth. Andrew Peters goes to the right field corner. The triple chases home a run, and Peters would soon score himself on an RBI from Aiden Jensen. This great game got even better in the ninth. Gertz again. He singles against the drawn-in infield to put the Goats up 3-2. 2 batters later, Benjamin Thomas sends it to deep right. Hunter Ranweiler makes a fantastic effort, but it's off the glove. The double clears the bases, and Buckman appears to have blown it open 6-2. New Ulm gets its bats in the ninth. Ranweiler slices it to left to score 1 run. New Ulm would get another to make it 6-4 with 2 outs. Bases loaded for Trevor Nissen. He hits a hard grounder to third. It bounces off of Toma and right to Gertz. Gertz collects and throws. He gets Nissen by a step. A game-saving play. Buckman is attempting to get to its 3rd straight Final Four. They win a thriller, 6-4. Young America and Union Hill from Irish Yard, and this game was strange from the very first inning. After walking, Alex Longeland steals second before the pitcher even makes a move. Finally, draftee Gavin Bergman throws to second, and it gets past everyone, including the center fielder. Longland scores. Union Hill argues, saying it should have been a balk and time called. In the end, Young America was on the board. A couple batters later, Joe Clay lifts a pitch down the right field line. It drops. Bryce Panning scores. Clay ends up at third. The Cardinals up early. More strangeness. A grounder to short by Bulldog Joe Becker. It appears the runner at second, Jack Geeson, waves his hand as the ball gets to short. The throw is wild and Geeson heads home, but he is called out for interference. Ends the inning and keeps Union Hill off the board. The only thing that seemed normal was the pitching of veteran Josh Lenz. He struck out 11 Bulldogs. And with the final ground out to short, Lenz has the complete game shutout, and the Young America Cardinals are on to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2020.
Well, when you got Josh on the mound, it's lights out every time. The dude's a dog. He started putting up zeros and it was game over.
They make it easy to come play baseball. Just follow their energy. Try and bring the energy for them. It's a team sport. Hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Fairmont won the C title in 2020 behind MVP Luke Becker, who was on a COVID hiatus from Pro Ball. His bat sparked their day against Sartell. Becker's RBI single broke the scoreless tie in the fifth. He is back with the Martins after retiring from the pro game. In the seventh, the Martins put the game in the bank. Levi Becker up with the bases juiced. His ball off the wall in right center cleared the paths. 3 runs in and a 5-0 advantage for Fairmont. They'd add one more in the inning. Spencer Chirpick is a former D1 pitcher, and he is the Fairmont ace. He gets the strikeout to get out of a mini jam at the Mini Met. Fairmont will play on with a convincing 7-0 win over the Muskies of Sartell. It's time for our last at-bat here on Amateur Baseball Today. But before we go, we'll update the brackets and hear our favorite calls of the week.
For all your scoreboard, video display, and sound system needs, please give Amy Electronics a call and let their 35-plus years of experience help elevate your game day atmosphere to the next level. Amy Electronics is a local Daktronics representative throughout Minnesota and can be reached at 952-941-9830. Amy Electronics is located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just off of Highway 169, Highway 212, and Interstate 494.
Welcome back to Belle Plaine, home of Tiger Park and a handful of Hall of Famers. They'll add another with this year's class. Once again, here's Justin Barrientos.
At the opening game of this year's state amateur baseball tournament in Belle Plaine, the family of the late Brent Meyer was asked to throw out a ceremonial first pitch to honor his posthumous induction into the Minnesota Amateur Baseball Hall of Fame. Brent's father, Jerry Meyer, talks about the honor.
He did a lot for baseball, managed the state championship teams. Then he decided that when he quit managing the game, he decided that the big hurt that he saw was that umpiring was becoming a problem. So he went and became an umpire. It's a very good honor for him and for the family. I mean, that thing out there the other night, that part of it, that moment was, this guy is around.
For Amateur Baseball Today, I'm Justin Barrientos, NSPN.TV.
Belle Plaine will be busy this weekend with the final rounds in Class B. The semifinals are set: Champlain Park versus Meesville and Air Freight taking on Lions Pub. The winners advance to the championship game on Sunday evening. The Class C quarterfinals are on Sunday with Jordan versus Buckman and Young America taking on Fairmont. Those are at the Mini-Met. And over in Green Isle, Cortland battles Buffalo and Bird Island draws Waconia. The Class C semifinals are later Sunday afternoon. The championship game on Labor Day is at 1 o'clock in Jordan. If you can't make it out to the ballpark, you can catch all the highlights right here on Amateur Baseball Today. You can also watch all of the games on NSPN.TV. Here are some of our best calls from round 3.
And the windup and the first pitch to him swung on, and that is hit. And at the top of his leap, Gertz makes a fine play, went up the ladder and made the play.
Pitch swung on a ground ball to short. Played by Pistulka. Throw to first in time for the putout. And Young America wins this one in shutout fashion, a complete game shutout.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to be hit deep into left field, and he is going to run out of room. It's gone. The Mud Hens go up 8-4 now off of a big blast by Derek Mortz.
Those 2 and 4 seam fastballs moving. Here's a shot here to right field, going back, continuing back, and that ball is not coming back.
Here's the 1-2. Swing! You got him on the corner, rather, and the game is over. 17 strikeouts.
Outstanding PA announcer. Here's one hit high and deep to left field, way up in the air. Ruley back. It's to the fence. And that is a booming 2 RBI double.
Thanks for joining us, folks. From all of us here at NSPN.TV, Andy, Hannah, and JB, I'm Ryan Phelps. We'll see you in Jordan as we wrap up the championship games later this week. This has been Amateur Baseball Today, presented by the Minnesota Baseball Association.
Hey, everything's okay. The boys of some are gonna play today.
Welcome to Amateur Baseball Today, a comprehensive recap of the state amateur tournament. Today's show is presented by the Minnesota Baseball Association and its partners. Reinders, Turf and Landscaping Solutions and Supplies. Max Bats, the official wood bat of the NBA. And Amy Electronics, scoreboards and digital displays.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Amateur Baseball Today, presented by the NBA. I'm Ryan Phelps. We're coming to you this week from the Mini-Met in Jordan. We made it to championship weekend and started off Sunday with the Class B semifinals over in Belle Plaine. And here in Jordan, it's the Class C quarters. Powerhouses Buckman and Jordan getting things started at the Mini-Met, and the Billy Goats get things started in the first inning. Matt Cummett drives it right over the head of pitcher Tommy Thompson. Matt Tachis and Lake Gertz will score. Gertz with the slide that barely beats the tag. Buckman trying to get to the Final Four for the 3rd year in a row. They held Jordan in check till the 6th. Then the hosts came alive. Joe Lucas crushes the pitch to left, a game-tying swing that likely reached the railroad tracks across the street. Later in the 6th, 2 on for Aaron Cook. His chopper gets out to center field. Turner Storm and Dylan Peterson race home to put the Brewers ahead. Cook is just 19 years old. Jordan also got production from 48-year-old legend Scott Hollinsworth. Scott doubles in Cook with a run in the 8th. Jordan ends the Billy Goats run. Brewers win 8-2.
We off to a pretty slow start. They put 2 on the board in the first inning. Just looking for a fastball to elevate. The crowd and the emotions might have got the best of me a little bit, but we're here to have fun, so that's what it's all about.
Fairmont and Young America in another Mini-Met quarterfinal, a tight one all the way. Young America scores in the 4th. Matt Mann drives it all the way to the base of the wall in left center. Isaac Horman easily scores. Cardinals in front. The Redbirds entrusted a Blue Jay, as in Plato Blue Jay Reese Schwartz. Reese struck out 12 Fairmont Martins, and he would stay in the game into the 9th. In the 9th, Fairmont had 2 on with 2 out. Ladden Meyerdirk at the plate. He chops it in the hole between 3rd and short, but Horman fields and fires to 2nd to get the force out and preserve the shutout. Young America advances 1-0.
I tried to run hard out of the box. I didn't want to watch it because I had a feeling it wasn't gonna, but left fielder made a great play, and I'm not very quick anymore. So I saw the throw and I knew I had to hold up at first, but I'm just glad the guys behind me could manufacture and find a way to get me in.
Waconia and Bird Island for the final spot in the semifinals. Bird Island takes the lead in the 4th thanks to Dylan Gass. He ignites on this pitch, doubling home Logan Swan, the Bullfrogs in front 2-1. But that same inning brought a huge play defensively for Waconia. With 2 on, Brandon Tersteeg bloops one to left. Watch Justin Schultz dive in and make the catch. Not only does he save a run, but Schultz doubles up the runner at 2nd. A huge Bullfrog threat is averted. 5th inning now. Ronnie Olson up for the Lakers with 2 on. Olsen hits it on the screws. It carries to the wall. Both Waconia runners are plated, giving the Lakers a 3-2 advantage. That lasted an inning as Don Dollarshell delivers a double of his own. The Bullfrogs even this game up at 3. Stayed that way until the 8th. Robbie Smith at third for the Lakers. A.J. Friedrich at the plate. He lofts it out to left field, just deep enough to give Smith the green light to tag and go. He scores the go-ahead run, and that holds up. Waconia wins it 4-3, avenging a loss to Bird Island in last year's tournament.
You know, anytime somebody, bounces you out of the playoffs, you get a little bitter taste in your mouth. You want another crack at it. So,
if you like offense, Buffalo and Cortland provided plenty in their quarterfinal at Irish Yard. Tied at 1, Buffalo's Ethan Hansen absolutely pulverizes the 3-run homer to left field. Bulldogs just getting going. 4-2 in the 4th, Buffalo lit up the scoreboard some more. Calvin James sends the moonshot to right over the fence for a 2-run blast. Add in a huge day for Noah Christensen. He collects 5 hits, including this 2-run base hit. Noah and the Bulldogs build a 9-2 lead. Give credit to the Cortland Cubs. They kept fighting. Carter Lang smokes this 2-run home run. 21 runs in all were scored. Buffalo gets the best of it, 13-8 to make it to the Final Four. Joined now by Jason Shalupski, president of the Jordan Baseball Association, and we'll call you the chief grounds crew.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And obviously we got a lot of guys that are helping out, and it takes kind of a village to make sure you get this thing ready for the in-between games.
Well, and the weather we've had throughout this summer, what a beautiful day, beautiful weekend for the championship.
Yeah, I tell you what, we couldn't ask for better weather. This weather right now for the whole tournament has been fantastic. We haven't had to deal with rain, so that makes it pretty easy. And then you get the sun out, and cooler temperatures always work better for us when we're working our butts off. So.
Yeah. You guys get the state tournament this year. You didn't use the field at all for play through July. What was that like, just from a grounds crew perspective, a president of the association? Probably difficult to get things kind of in line.
Yeah, we've always, when we've hosted the state tournament, we've always shut the field down for about a month before the tournament. This year it actually was probably about a month and a half. And we just want to put our best foot forward when we're hosting the state tournament, let that field heal and put, show people that what this field looks like when it's at its best.
Well, and you guys do a lot of events. Every year the high school league tournament is here. What do you have an idea how many guys you got working for you here on weekends like this?
I would say it's probably around between 30 and 40 guys down here, and that's interchanging as the games go on, but there's 30 or 40 guys that are ready to step in at any given moment. So. And
that's just out here. That's not to mention the concession stand workers and all those. They said, I think, 600 burgers yesterday alone?
Yeah, we had an amazing crowd yesterday, and those the Jordan Millers are grilling the burgers up there, and 600 burgers it's a lot of work in that concession stand up there. So.
Well, thanks for having us. Thanks for hosting. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for coming out. It's this state tournament is fantastic, and hopefully everybody in Minnesota enjoys it.
There's still quite a few innings left here on amateur baseball today. When we return, we're down to the Final Four. Highlights from the semis are coming up next.
Goosebumps. You remember the ones you got the first time your kid stepped up to the plate? There's nothing like the thrill of youth sports or school sports, especially when you're playing on a beautiful field that makes you feel like a real pro. Kids and grown-ups alike make memories and learn lessons that will last a lifetime when they're playing on the sporting spaces we create. Beacon Athletics is making a difference by creating the best and safest playing fields possible.
MaxBat is proud to support the Minnesota Baseball Association as we are the official wood bat. We take great pride in producing high-quality wood bats for professional, amateur, and youth baseball players worldwide. At MaxBat, our main focus is quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time. All Max Bats are created using meticulous hand craftsmanship and engineering in our state-of-the-art facility in the heart of Town Ball Country, Brewton, Minnesota. We want to thank you for your continued support and for making us the leading wood bat brand in Minnesota.
Over in Belle Plaine on Sunday, we were getting set for the Class B semifinals. In this, our final year of the two-class system. Yes, Class A will be back in 2025. The first semifinal featured Champlin Park and Meesville. The Mud Hens waste little time scoring. Ronnie Sweeney rips a first-inning RBI single to right field to get the day started. The Low Gators returned the first inning favor, but they did one better. They played 2 runs. The second coming in on Derek Sines' extra base hit. The Low Gators looked good in their quest to return to the finals. They were there in 2022. In the third, Champlin adds another run. Sines' shot takes the glove off the pitcher, Quinn Kruger. When the fielder retrieves and throws, it goes wide of first. Ethan Mackey heads home for a 3-1 Low Gator advantage. Miesville rallies back in the 5th. Ben Vujovic slashes the pitch the opposite way. It's bobbled by the left fielder, so Alex Hendrickson scores easily. The Mud Hens add another run to square the game at 3. Stayed that way into the 8th. Mud Hens with a runner at third. Hendrickson lifts the pitch to center field. Brock Reinhardt at third tags and comes home. The throw is off the mark. Reinhardt's run is the difference. Miesville back in the finals with a 4-3 win.
I feel like we were just more aggressive. I knew right away, right off the bat, I was going to go. He had to make a perfect throw to get me out, and I know I had pretty much a good speed going third to home. I mean, that's what we are all about, and it worked out well.
The starting lineup for the Lions Pub Warriors getting ready to face Air Freight's Graham Lobsher in the other semifinal. Lobsher was great, but not as dominant as we've seen. He struck out 13 Warriors and kept them scoreless. Air Freight's offense blew a huge opportunity in the 5th. They loaded the bases with nobody out, but this grounder to first turned into a forced play double play at second. The umps say the tag at second happened before the runner crossed the plate, so we head to the 9th inning with no score on the board. Lobsher facing Ben Palmer, and the Pub shortstop gets all of it. A high soaring shot to left, off the scoreboard and gone. Palmer is a Totino Grace grad. Lions Pub on the brink of knocking off the defending champs in the semifinals. Air Freight down to their final out with a runner on. Kyle Halverson, who like Palmer went to Totino Grace, and like Palmer, he delivers.
In the air to left center. Does it have the distance? It is gone! Walk-off home run by Kyle Halverson!
Air Freight with the walk-off win and a spot in the finals.
I was just looking for something to hit. I figured he'd probably throw something over first pitch, so I tried to be aggressive early, and then from there I was going to try to battle, but thankfully put a good swing on it. It felt good. It felt good, so I think I knew it. I was looking at the dugout running to first, pretty excited, so it was a great feeling.
So that wraps up the Class B semis. Here in Jordan and over in Green Isle, we had the Class C semifinals as we're down to the Final 4. 2 of the expert picks playing in the semifinals, Jordan and Young America. The homestanding Brewers chipped away at the Cards all game long. In the second, Afton Cook drills a single to right field. Turner Storm rumbles home with the game's first run. Draftee Louis Moggers was solid in the starting role. He gets out of danger in the third. 2 Young Americans in scoring position, and Bryce Panning hits it hard, but right at Cook. Inning over. Jordan fully took control in the 5th. They score their second run on this wild pitch. Jonathan Draheim is the beneficiary. The Brewers added a run on a sac fly. Then it's Joe Lucas with a hard grounder to the hole. Shortstop makes the play, but not in time to get the out. Another run scores, and Jordan wins handily, 6-0. They give themselves a chance to win a state tournament while hosting. They pulled off the same trick 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was important to get ahead early, as it's a good pitching matchup, so to put 1 run up was very good.
Sunday semifinal on a gorgeous day in idyllic Green Isle. Not sure if there is a better portrait of the upper Midwest. Waconia leading Buffalo 2-1 in the 6th and had the bases loaded with no outs, but the Bulldogs get out of the jam, in part because draftee pitcher Jake Nelson avoids the broken bat, fields, and throws home to save a run. Buffalo rides the momentum of the defense into the top of the 6th. Noah Christensen jumps on the fastball and leaves the Irish yard, tying the game at 2. Waconia found their offensive mojo in the 7th. Tanner Adam comes up with a base knock against Nelson. It scores Robbie Smith with the go-ahead run. After a pitching change, Sam Schiffman turns on the John Early pitch. A bullet down the line, bringing home Max Kallenberg and Adam. The Lakers advance to their first championship game in 13 years. They beat Buffalo 6-3.
Oh, it feels great. I've never been this far in any baseball team I've ever played on, and we have a chance to win it all tomorrow. I couldn't be happier right now.
And then there were two. When Amateur Baseball Today returns, we'll have championship game highlights and reaction from the winners.
For all your scoreboard, video display, and sound system needs, please give Amy Electronics a call and let their 35-plus years of experience help elevate your game day atmosphere to the next level. Amy Electronics is a local Daktronics representative throughout Minnesota and can be reached at 952-941-9830. Amy Electronics is located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just off of Highway 169, Highway 212, and Interstate 494. Amateur Baseball Today is brought to you by the Minnesota Baseball Association and its partners. Beacon Athletics, the ultimate ball field resource. Rawlings, the official ball of the state tournament. Endura Edge, engineered soils. The difference is in the dirt.
Welcome back to Amateur Baseball Today, presented by the NBA. I'm Ryan Phelps. We're coming to you today from Jordan, site of the Class C championship game. But first, we head down 169 to Belle Plaine for the Class B final. Meesville and Air Freight in the finals. Expectations for a great game. And semifinal hero Kyle Halverson got an RBI hit in his first at-bat to tie the game. Matthew Ink crosses the plate. When Meesville remembers 2024, they might recall all the fun they had in the third inning in the final. Manager Matt Vanderbosch collects the run-scoring base hit to plate Ronnie Sweeney, 3-1 Mudhens, and they were just getting muddy. Derek Marks hooks the pitch into the left field corner and to the wall. Two more Meesville Mudhens score, and the rout is on. In all, Meesville scored 7 times in the third inning and 12 times in 7 innings. Max Gam's home run puts the exclamation mark on the Mudhens' emphatic offensive statement. With the score 12-1, Meesville starter Jacob Dickmeyer ends the game in the 7th with a flare. The strikeout gives Meesville the title, their first since 2017 and their 8th in club history.
Yeah, everybody hit the ball. I mean, we had, with the home run, it was fantastic. That really juiced us up, and that, I think, put us up by 7.
Been with the Mudhens, I don't know how many years, but since I was a senior in high school, we came close a few times. To actually pull it off, it's an unbelievable feeling for sure.
That wraps up the Class B tournament. Here in Jordan in Class C, we started with 48 teams, and now we're down to 2 for the traditional Labor Day Championship. More than 2,200 people packed the Mini-Met, most to see their hometown 9 try to win another state title, their last in 2019. The Brewers would have to handle John Bezdacek. He threw a no-hitter for Waconia last week. He was not with the team all weekend due to prior obligations, so his left arm was fresh. So fresh that Bezdacek mowed down Jordan early. He struck out the first 7 Brewers he faced, and no doubt he was going to flirt with a no-hitter again. Waconia got the scoring underway with a big fly. Jake Hendricks unloads on the first Nate Beckman pitch he sees. 2-run blast. The Lakers lead, but they would not get another run for a while. In the 4th, Brewer Brandon Arnold reached on an error, was balked to second, stole third, and scored on this wild pitch from Bezdacek. A run scores without a hit. So Bezdacek took a no-hitter to the 9th, along with the Lakers' 2-1 lead. Insurance comes in the 9th. A.J. Frederick singles with the bases loaded. That plates 1 run. Waconia also scored on a sac fly and double steal. They went to the bottom of the inning, up 5-1. Everyone thought the only suspense left was if Bezdacek would toss his second no-hitter in a row. And when Ronnie Olson made this unbelievable diving catch on Steve Beckman's blooper in the 9th, it seemed inevitable. But the next hitter, Joe Lucas, doubled to right, and Nate Beckman hit this spinning blooper that could not be fielded at first. It scored Lucas, and the game was still in doubt. In fact, Jordan loaded the bases with 2 out. Bezdacek throws the curveball on the inside corner to Jonathan Draheim. Called third strike and ball game. Waconia celebrates its first ever championship.
They just really believed in each other, and they really grinded out a lot of games, pitched well, hit well, did it all, and it's just really kind of coming together moment for our team and a special year.
All came together. Bez pitching amazing. I mean, you can't complain about that, giving him some support. It's all we can do. So, great game by everybody involved.
It's hard to get the last out, and we've went through that before, but I wasn't going to bring John out. It was his game. He could have walked 3 more guys, and he was going to finish it.
So Waconia's first town ball title is also the last one for manager Mike Frederick. He goes out in style.
It's awesome. I mean, love these guys. It's my last game. I'm out of the dugout now, and I mean, you can't write it. They wouldn't believe it.
It's surreal, man. It's, waking up today was a weird feeling. He's been coaching us, ever since we were young, and he's always been around the field. He puts in the time. He wants the best for all of us, and I felt like we really wanted to do it for him today. Give him one last bang while he was here, and he's earned it. He's earned it just like all the other guys. He's earned it. He's put so much time in. I'm so proud of him. Not only a great father, but a great coach, great person for everybody. Everybody in the community loves him. So I'm glad he got this one.
We're rounding third and heading home. When we come back, we'll wrap things up with some great calls and a story from the scorekeeper's perspective.
Hold it down in the Bronx.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Check this.
Baby, I'm trying to win, so every day I'm gonna win, baby, yeah. If you wanna know.
Roll that back.
Are you looking for a cost-effective way to improve your infield playing surface? Meet FieldSaver. Our FieldSaver process is a cost-effective alternative to remove and replace. We'll test your current ag lime infield, identify the right FieldSaver custom amendment, and blend the material into your existing infield. FieldSaver is trusted by the St. Paul Saints. Visit DuraEdge online to learn more about the FieldSaver process and get in touch with a field expert in your area.
Ryan Phelps with you back here in Jordan. To win a state title this year at the Mini-Met, everything must fall into place, including the numbers on the scoreboard. Justin Barrientos has more.
One of the fun things about the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament is seeing the various ballparks in the state. The Jordan Mini-Met is on the list of many baseball fans' parks to see in Minnesota. But why is it so special? We explored to find out.
There's ballparks around the state that one park might have railroad tracks, and another park might have a bluff, another one might have a hillside, another one might have the church steeple. I think we're very fortunate that we've got all of those things in one park here, and we'd like to think of it as a old-time classic. Part of that is one of our decisions is we've stayed with a manual scoreboard over the years.
And the person in charge of the board is Jay Croyer.
Got numbers, letters up in the press box. I go get them and put them up in between games, and you have to really pay attention. If someone distracts you, you're gonna miss like a strike or a ball or something like that. During the state tournament, yes, there's a walkie-talkie out here, but during the regular season, I just pretty much go with my instincts,
While the Mini-Met scoreboard has always been manual, it hasn't always been over the fence.
For years, the scoreboard was actually on the outfield fence. In the right field tower, kids would sit in the tower, go down to the field level on the warning track, run over and put numbers on the fence scoreboard. That proved to be kind of dangerous because there were nails sticking out on the outfield fence, and then the decision was made to make a new manual scoreboard.
The only electric part of the board are these light switches that control the ball strike out lights. Another feature of the park not known to many of the fans is a relaxing air-conditioned umpire room, perfect for the dog days of summer and to recover in between games. But back to Jay and why he keeps going every year.
We have a general manager named John Brunig, and Jay's kind of been his helper over the years with equipment and things. And he figures if I'm at the ballpark, I might as well do something, and he enjoys doing that, and so that's where he spends the games.
Jay says he'll keep running the board as long as he can.
Probably until I can't do anymore, until I can't get the ladder. But
For Amateur Baseball Today, I'm Justin Barrientos, NSPN.TV.
If you missed any of the great action over the past few weeks, go to NSPN.TV and watch any of the games on the archive. Now we'll take a look and a listen back to some of our broadcasters as we celebrate a tradition now over 100 years in the making.
2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Swung on. That's drilled into left field. Back to the wall. Gone! It's a 3-run homer by Ethan Hansen! 1-0. Hit high in the air. Out to left center field. Tracking back is the left fielder. That is gone! Off the scoreboard, Ben Palmer. In the 7th. Swung on, that's lifted into left field. Schultz going back, way back to the wall. It's gone! And this game is tied!
Dixon fires. His first delivery is lifted high and deep to left field. He put a big swing onto that one and gave it wings. This game is tied.
Comes set, the pitch. Swung on, that's a little pop up into left field. That is going to... It's caught! And he's doubled up a second. What a play there on left field by Schultz! Comes sliding in! 1-2 from Dick Meyer. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and the Meesville Mudhens are the 2024 Class B Amateur Baseball State Champions.
This one hit high and deep to right, way back and gone. 2-run home run on the first pitch for him. 2-2. Inside. Boom! Strike 3! Inside corner at the knees. And the Waconia Lakers are the Class C champions of 2024.
That'll do it from here in Jordan. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ryan Phelps for Amateur Baseball Today, presented by the Minnesota Baseball Association.
Sure as the sun will rise again, there's gonna be another baseball game on the down.